Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 6 of the Legend Car E Series. We're here at Laguna Seca. It's coming to a close, the end of Season 3 soon, but we've still got some battles to showcase in these last 3 rounds. With a tight title fight, or a tight top title fight between Fraser Clegg, James Brett, and Riley Skinner. So two of them are here. James Brett, unfortunately, missing out due to work. I think it's work or just couldn't race. He didn't give me a reason properly, but lucky there is that drop round that he can use to still try win this championship, but it is very close. But right now, as it stands, Fraser Clegg is on top by 3/10 over the championship rival of Riley Skinner. So it is going to be close today. So we'll head on to our race info sheet coming on right now. Here for round 6 at Laguna Seca. It's 19 degrees in the air temperature, 57% humidity, 4 km/h winds. The track length 3.57 Ks. It's a bit of a short track, but it is doing about 1:37.4. That's the quickest time so far. Located in the US of the A, that is Elijah Whitfield's home country. Can he put a mark today on his home soil? We'll have to see. Alongside me, though, in the commentary box for a little bit of a co-commentary once again will be Chase Tippett, but he is doing the race control like he done at Monza. But Chase, how's this? What do you reckon's going to happen today?
Look, we've got two of the title contenders in here. Obviously, first and second. Fraser Clegg in first right now, leading by about 3.5 tenths. I think it's going to be pretty intense. This track's got a lot of long straights, so the toe's going to be big, but a lot of technical corners as well. The corkscrew is a tricky one, so it's going to be interesting to see how everyone gets through there on the first lap. But I'm very excited to see how tonight goes. It's a good way to close out the season with the last 3 rounds. So it's going to be pretty exciting from here. And next week, we've got the Australian title that leads into round 7 as well. Almost $300 up for grab for that. So if you haven't head over there yet and done your check-in, I would recommend doing so now, as there's only a limited amount of grid capacity for that event.
Yes, 40 grid capacity for the Australian titles. Next week, $200 up for grabs for the win. Who will take that out there? But right now, we're focusing on the main spot here for the actual season at Laguna Seca, as practice has came to an end. And we will be going to quali in a second. So,
We'll point out
Laguna,
as well, this will be the first qualifying session that we have run under the TFH Hire sponsor. Big thanks to them for the support they've given us over the last couple of days to get this all sorted. There'll be some big and exciting prizes coming up, so don't miss out on that as well, as all the field are heading out to start their quali laps.
yes. So yeah, TFH coming on as a major sponsor. Big shout outs to them who actually sponsor the real life Legend Cars. They actually own them now. Legend Cars Australia, IRL, owning TA2 as well. But also more news soon. We've got a little bit of some. We got some works going on right now. Might have a new little league coming soon. Don't know yet. Just have to watch and find out on our Discord server and on the YouTube channel too. But everyone rolling out for quali right now, and we're on board right now with Riley Skinner, who is currently third place in the championship. I believe he's only 4 points off Fraser Clegg. James Brett's actually tied with Fraser, but he's not here for today. Is everyone rolling out? We've got I believe it's a 16 car grid, so compared to 11 that we had at Monza, back here for a free track. So everyone coming back for that, but we'll have even more entries next week. And if you want to get on the action, make sure you join the Discord server. If you need Discord links, if you have Discord and you have me added, or even if you know some friends in it, get them to send you an invite so we can get these numbers up and have a great race next week for that prize money up for grabs. But back to the main
You can also
reason.
join the Discord by doing discord.gg/legendcarse series, and it'll immediately invite you to the server as well.
Yeah, so we'll put some new links there soon on the YouTube channel and social medias, especially our Instagram. Go follow that up, Legend Car E Series as well. But back to the main reason we are here. It's round 6, the Legend Car E Series Season 3. Riley Skinner preparing for a lap, but I want to go to whoever's first on track right now. I don't know who is first on track. I think it's all the FTA boys actually who are out there at the front now. Elijah Whitfield, George Miles, Maximus Morgan, and Cooper Mitchell. All four of them for racing today with their beautiful little dark blue to light blue gradient car. FTA sponsors on the back, Hymo setups. And to James Grimer out there, I'll start saying your name right. I know it's not Grimmer, but it is Grimer. So I will start saying it right if I feel like it. Got some real life legend car races in here too, like Luke Walden and Drew Gibson. Everyone knows about Riley Skinner, Joshua Beno too. These two putting a mark, or putting their names into legend cars already. Couple wins, couple podiums there. Main one to watch out for today in my books actually is Ryan Taborski. He has the pace to be up there. It's just he gets involved in some unfortunate crashes. Can he get his first podium here today at Laguna Seca? He certainly is on the pace, but can he transfer the pace from quali like he has been doing to the race? Time will tell. As people rounding the last couple corners, I believe it's actually Ryan Bunt who's on a lap here. If I can just quickly find him. Here he is. He's actually rounding the last corner. So we saw a 37.4, I think it was, in the practice. So out of the last corner, what will Ryan Bunt do to put a benchmark on the board? It will be
We
a...
seem to have a small crash at the corkscrew with Fraser Clegg as well. We'll go back to that and see what happened there.
Yes, I'll quickly go back there real quickly. I believe it should be on this one here. If this wants to work. Oh, here we go. There's actually a main crash up here. Quickly go back on that. Have a looksy doodle of what happened. So through corkscrew, I believe Luke Walden in front actually might have spun, and he's coming around. Oh, that's a big shunt there. I don't know if Luke Walden could have done anything more there. I think he was trying to get off that racing line. Quickly go back to him. So he did
He's trying
spin.
to get off the line, and it looks like Fraser just
Yeah,
tried to go for the outside, and the spot closed up.
a bit unfortunate there for what's his name, Fraser Clegg. But we get our leaderboards up now. And right now it's Riley Skinner on the top with a 37.4 and Elijah in second, 3 tenths off. Then Joshua Beno in third, 5 tenths off. But he's getting a nice toe behind Riley Skinner right now. Gary Grant is about to cross the line. Where will he put this car? I believe, Alberto NASCAR inspired livery. He puts it in 10th position so far, ahead of James Groom. A little bit of a tail wiggle into there. Heading back to Riley Skinner, who has Josh Beno on his rear. So watch Josh Beno here as we go through turn number 9, and we'll be heading into turn 10 now. The corkscrew, though, the main part of the track, back before where we saw Riley and Josh Beno go through, there may be some incidents happening there today. As you see on the right-hand side, that is Cooper Mitchell letting all three of them past. Nearly gets in the way of Ryan Taborski, but he keeps it clean, and everyone crossing the line. There's so many times lining up on the board right now. Ryan Taborski has a purple lap time on the board, but not just yet. I think they might have had an off track on that lap. Joseph Parkinson, though, he's got a purple sector here in the second last sector. He's rounding the last corner, not going too wide because he will get an off track if you go a bit too wide there. And now coming across the line, can he put this car anywhere better than 7th? He has the pace to do so. Just waiting for the time to come up. There you go. In 4th place, 7 tenths off. But he doesn't have a toe right now. If he can find a toe, he might be able to get into that top 3. Gary Grant in 11th place, rounding turn 9 and then into turn 10. He's on for another green lap. Oh, as I said, that commentator's curse. Locks all fours trying to save it, but he'll continue once again. Heading back to Jackson Whitehead. Jackson, best finish so far has been in the top 5, I believe, and it was at Virginia. So he does well for himself here, Jackson. Can he put it anywhere better than
He's a
10th?
young kid who's just recently bought a go-kart, racing up at Ipswich Kart Club. He's going to do his first race soon, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Yeah, interesting. Hopefully Jackson does well in that too. He's a great young bloke heading through the last corner though, Jackson Whitehead, as we're talking about him. Doesn't make any mistakes, looks like a little bit wide there. Don't know if that is an off track that you can pick up, but I don't think it is, as he's going to come across the line. I think this might put him 7th. I'm giving an estimate, look at that, 7th place. He goes. Drew Gibson comes across the line in the background, goes to 11th. Maximus Morgan, though, just want to quickly go on board with him. Maximus Morgan, Fraser Clegg, though, up in the 2nd place. Sorry, I missed that. And there you go, Josh Benno. I did see purples at the bottom. I think he might have been getting a toe, or did he do that on his own? I don't know. But that's a 37-4 right there. And Ryan Taborski's in second too, and Riley Skinner in third. Top three only separated by under a tenth. This is very close here between the top three. Joshua Benno trying to claw his way back in the championship. I believe he's in fifth place, and Elijah is in fourth ahead of him. So Josh Benno want to be trying to gain back, as we see in the background. Cooper Mitchell is the rear, but he does save it. A great save there from Cooper Mitchell, who's down right now. He hasn't even got a lap time in just yet. Chase, how is this quali session looking so far? Let's see in the
Oh, and
background.
Ryan Zaborski has had a big crash.
Ryan Taborski, yeah, as I'm trying to ask you a question there, we'll quickly rewind on that.
He's
I
just flat sticked it into the wall. Is that a strategy to try and get away from Toe, do you reckon?
I don't think it is, because now his whole car is actually wrecked, if you didn't actually see in that crash. uh,
I mean, for drivers behind him, though.
No, I don't think there was any drivers behind him anyway. I think he just it was Riley Skinner, but I know them three in their own call.
Yep.
But as I'm talking, Maximus Morgan on a bit of a purple lap here. As I said that, Drew Gibson nearly collects Max, but Max keeps it pinned because he wants to get somewhere better than 10th so far. He's 1.4 seconds off the pace. The time to beat is a 37.4. Elijah pulls off on the right there, or on the left. And here comes Macca's man, Maximus Morgan. He goes up to sixth. Fraser Clegg goes up to second. That's a great lap there. Now it's the top four, and they separated by 10th. But I believe everyone, knowing they probably won't get another lap in because of the hard cut quality we have.
Car 27, black and white flag. Car 27, black and white flag.
Oh my god, I've just seen a roll in the background. Drew Gibson is on his lid as race control is getting their comms ready here. So Ollie Stevens though crosses the line, so we only got a couple of people left on the track. Ollie Stevens improves, goes to ninth. So everyone though trying to get their last laps in, but the hard cut will cut it for them soon, depending on which bit of the track they're on. Maybe Jackson, no, he runs wide. That is an off track. That is his lap gone, I believe. But everyone coming into the pits now. So right now our top three is Joshua Benner, Fraser Clegg, Ryan Taborski, only separated by under a tenth, which is very close. Joseph Parkinson, though, as well, he's up in fifth there, 2 tenths off. He's got the pace. Maximus Morgan, too, 2 tenths off. Elijah Whitfield as well. George Miles, though, well, last time we saw him, I think it was out in Alton Park and Virginia, being a couple seconds off the pace there. And now look at him. He's only 4 tenths off. This is great for the young fellow out of, I believe, if I don't get this wrong, nah, I'm not going to take a guess because I can't remember where he was. He told me once before, but I just can't remember. So, so we'll pull up our grid for today's race here at Laguna Seca. It is Joshua Benner. We've seen many pole positions from this young bloke. He's on pole position for round 6 of Heat 1. And it's Fraser Clegg who lines up alongside in second, the championship title contender in second place. Ryan Taborski in third. Can he be on for his first podium? And then Riley Skinner, also a championship contender, will line up in fourth. The top four separated by under a tenth. The toe and the racing is going to be good here today, ladies and gentlemen. Joseph Parkinson, though, lines up in fifth position, 2 tenths off the pace, and Maximus Morgan as well lines up in sixth. Elijah, the only American on the grid, lines up in seventh place here on his home soil, and George Miles in eighth, 4 tenths off the pace, doing great to be only 4 tenths off the quick guys there. So FTA 6, 7, and 8th. And then Ollie Stevens lines up in ninth, only a second, nearly a second off the pace. Jackson in 10th place, 1.1 off. Ryan Bunt doing well there, lining up in 11th. Drew Gibson in 12th place, going down the grid. Gary Grant in 13th, Luke Walden in 14th. James Grimmer and Cooper Mitchell will round out your grid here today. The two FTA sim races. Can they get some pace and challenge it with the front two and be with their fellow FTA club mates? As we're waiting for everyone to get on the grid, ready to go racing. Joshua Benno off the pole position and Fraser Clegg in second. Give me a second here, everyone. I'm just going to quickly chase. Why is Drew
What's up?
on? Why is Drew not here?
because Drew got black flagged for straight lining someone in quali.
It was after the checkered though.
Aiden, could you revoke my admin and give it back?
Why is that?
Because car 24 has an end of line penalty.
Okay. There you go.
See if that works.
Why does he even end of line?
For causing a collision with car 37.
Make sure you do specify that to him. And also,
Yep.
I don't know how we can get Drew back in. Did that work, clearing his penalties, Chase? Can you just check in the chat? Because my chat keeps loading.
I'm trying. Can you try? Because for some reason I can't do any like admin stuff.
So all I'm doing is clearing his blacks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if someone gets removed from the race, I can't drive. So
Well, I'm going to quickly go back to the commentary here because we will be going racing here at Laguna Seca. Joshua Benno is our pole sitter. What is he going to do here today at Laguna Seca? Can he get a win under his belt? Can Ryan get his first podium? We're going to go green flag running soon. Race control is on the ready when we have to have a safety car, and it's green, 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 and we're racing here at Laguna Seca. It looks like Josh Benno has a great start there. Riley Skinner bump drafting Fraser Clegg down to the first corner we go. It's just too wide there, maybe three wide even if Riley Skinner puts it there. And Fraser Clegg's right around the outside and he takes the lead going down the T1. And Riley Skinner looking for a move around the outside of Josh Benno. Very close between the two. You see George Miles in the background losing the rear a little bit and going into the dirt. And there's Riley Skinner down the inside of Joshua Benno. So Joshua has gone from first to third as we head around turn number 4. Looks like it's all clean and even Stevens so far, heading down into turn 5 now. As we see Jackson Whitehead in the background looking for a move on Ollie Stevens, but Ollie's down the inside over George Miles, and Jackson Whitehead gets the move done. Heading back to the leaders, already got a little train here. Even though it's only the first lap, we could have some great battles already. Joseph Parkinson, though, in the background. He's gone down one position, and Maximus Morgan has gone up one. Into corkscrew we go. Very close there. I see Maximus Morgan trying to go around the outside. A little bit of contact between Joseph and Maximus Morgan, but they keep it clean coming on the exit. And Maximus Morgan has a slowdown, though. And heading through turn 9, we go after the corkscrew. A little bit of contact there between some people, but they keep it all clean. And Joseph Parkinson, though, is back up in the 5th place where he started. And Riley Skinner is looking for a move already on Fraser Clegg. Thinks of it to the inside into the last corner, but can't get the move done. Bit of an eventful first lap there. And we head down the main straight for our second lap of the race. As you see in the background, Ollie Stevens is on the defense. Here comes Riley Skinner, though. He's going to go to the inside of Fraser Clegg, and Ryan Taborski's on the inside, maybe, of Josh Benno into turn 1. Riley Skinner's to the lead, and now Ryan Taborski's down the inside of Josh Benno. Can he get the move done? Gets it done. Now he has a run on Fraser Clegg. Can he look for a move on Fraser Clegg, or will he just sit behind? He'll just sit and wait, not do anything stupid to compromise a second for Fraser and a third for him. As you see Elijah just hanging on in the background there. He might be able to catch up here if they keep battling as they've been doing. First lap, it was a bit tame, and we're still going at it. It's going to be a battle throughout the whole race today. Chase, what was your thoughts on the opening lap?
That was a bit crazy. Everyone made it through cleanly though. So we'll just let this unfold.
Yeah, we'll see that. As Riley Skinner still has that lead. He can't extend it because the toe is massive here. Will Fraser Clegg, though, think of it into the corkscrew? No, he will not. Sorry, just taking sips of water here. My throat is a bit dry. So Ray's still going tame. As I see in the background there, it was Ryan Taborski who actually ran a little bit wide there. Does he get overtaken though by Josh Bano? They can't be battling too much or they will lose leaders. But we can use that bump drafting to catch back up onto him. As we see in the background, it's very close battling between George Miles, Cooper Mitchell, and oh, this is a great battle here. It's 6 cars in this battle. And it looks like Ryan Bunt actually gets the move done on all of them, heading down into the first corner. Look at this, Cooper Mitchell in the background though, spins it. Does he keep it and keep it going? Yes, he does. Got a little bit of damage on the front end, but he keeps it going nice and clean. And heading back to the leaders, and it looks like Josh Banner loses a little bit of time to Ryan Taborski now. And now Joseph Parkinson's going to put the pressure on. Ollie Stevens coming through a little bit there. He looks like he's got some pace here. He's already caught into the back of Maximus, and then Elijah will be next. So Ollie, could he be on for a great result here? As we see in the background, James Grimmer has a little bit of contact with his fellow teammate, but they keep it nice and clean. And heading into turn 6 we go. And it looks like the leaders, though, Fraser Clegg and Riley Skinner have pulled a little bit of a gap there. 7/10 if you count Fraser in it. But now it's 7/10 to Riley for the leader, heading down into the corkscrew, one of the most famous corners on this track. Still plenty of battling to go. We're only 5 minutes into this race. Jackson Righthead spins it, but keeps it going. Nice and clean. Doesn't do anything to compromise anyone else, and he'll keep it going. So he's gone from 10th to 15th. And down the main straight we go. Fraser Clegg a little bit wide there on the exit. Getting the slipstream, though, of Riley Skinner. These two are going to work together. Yes, they are. There's the bumping down towards the first corner. Joshua Beno, though, is going to the inside of Ryan Taborski to get the move done into the first corner. Gets it done cleanly and tries to set off for the lead. As we see, Maximus Morgan got some pace there on the back of his fellow teammate, Elijah Whitfield. Will they work together? I'm guessing they will because they are teammates to try catch the leading pack. Joseph Parkinson, though, just sitting in the toe and waiting. As we saw at last round too, he had a couple cartwheels in the air. But I believe he is good to go for this race after that. Riley Skinner, though, has Fraser Clegg right on his bumper. Working together, though, the two. Heading through turn number 6. And then we'll be heading into famous corkscrew. So, nothing happening so far, but if we do go down a little bit in the pack, there is a little bit of a battle train with James Grimmer and Gary Grant, I believe that is. I think everyone's actually quite evenly spread so far, so we'll just have to wait for anything to happen. As we see in the background, Elijah lets Max through. Max has the pace, but can he catch the leading pack? Fraser Clegg still in the rear, Riley Skinner. Joshua Bennett through the last corner, very wide there, clips a bit of gravel on the exit. And heading down the main straight. Oh, put a bit of wind there. And down the main straight, and it looks like Joseph, though, is right on the rear of Ryan Taborski. Will he think of a move in the T1? Maybe no. He will leave it and wait. As we see Max and Elijah. So Elijah right on the rear following Max to try catch the leading train. Ollie Stevens just a little bit of no man's land right now as he's blinking out a bit. Ryan Bunt a gap behind and a gap in front to Elijah. So just keeping it nice and even there for Ollie just to get an 8th place finish and bank some points to try beat Jackson Whitehead in the championship, as that is his goal, to try beat Jackson. And heading into turn 5 we go. And Riley Skinner still leading us away. But will Joshua Beno and Ryan Taborski and Joseph be able to catch back up after having a couple battles and losing that time they had? The two title contenders, though, battling it out for first. Will we see any controversial moments like we did at Alton Park with Fraser and Riley? A little bit of beef there after the race, but I believe they've resolved it now. But will anything like that occur once again at Laguna? As we've only got a handful of rounds left to take out this title. So no incidents happening just yet. As Fraser Clegg, though, right on the rear of Riley Skinner. We're 8 minutes into this race. Down the main straight. Joshua Benno once again wide for that last corner and losing the rear. So that is losing in precious time for the cars ahead. Will Fraser Clegg think of a move on Riley? No, they'll just keep working together. They got the signal to work together. As we see in the background, Elijah now goes ahead of Max. So they are tow training. Don't think they are bump driving, but they are tow training. We just go through the field just to see if anything's happening, which I don't think there is. So no battles really happening unless George Miles and James Grimmer start having a scrap, as well as Gary Grant. That heading back to our leaders today. Fraser Clegg still just bump drafting. Joshua Benner loses the rear once again on the exit of turn number 4. And then heading into turn number 5. James Grimmer, still on the leaderboard on the left, has made the move up in the 10th place on George Miles. So nothing interesting really yet here at Laguna, except for that start. It was it was tame, but it was great to see all the battling that was happening. And Ryan Taborski right on the rear of Joshua Benner. Will these two work together? But the gap right now is actually 2.6 seconds. So the leaders have actually pulled a great gap there to stay out of that towing distance. And then they'll be able to battle soon for this lead of the race. Precious points on the line. Riley Skinner trying to make his comeback in the championship after missing, I can't remember what round it was. But I believe if he wins this race so far, you'll be, I believe, 2 points off Fraser or even tied with him. As we go down the main straight, Joshua Benno losing that time to the cars ahead, trying to gain it back, but it is pretty hard there. And Fraser Clegg is still working together with Riley Skinner. Ollie Stevens, though, still in that no man's land.
Only 5 minutes left in the session.
Yes. 5 minutes left in our race. Will we see any battling, though, between the top two? It will come down to the wire between these two. I reckon these two very quick drivers out here today. Riley Skinner will play a bit of a defensive game here. We've seen he can pull up a bit of that defense. But can he do it cleanly to try avoid a penalty? Can Fraser get through cleanly to avoid a penalty? Ryan Taborski, though, right on the rear. Josh Benner, will he think of a move soon? Maybe on the exit of turn number 6 here and heading into corkscrew. No. Joseph Parkinson, though, has a great run on Ryan Taborski, but will just slot in right behind once again. Just waiting and waiting. Because Joseph could be on for his first podium. Ryan Taborski could be on for his first podium. Heading through turn number 9, getting a beautiful camera shot here of the Project 300 entry. So heading into our last corner of the
Oh, and
track.
there's a small crash in the corkscrew.
And who was that between?
All cars seem to get going. It's
I don't
car
know.
14 to George Miles, just going on a little bit of an expedition on the entry to the corkscrew.
Yes. Just those few back there. And as we see, Joshua Benno's got the pressure, and Joseph is putting the pressure on, though, on Ryan Taborski. I believe Joseph wants this podium. He wants his first podium. Ryan Taborski would want his first podium. Ryan's got a bit of damage there on the front left quarter panel. Might be affecting him in any way. I don't know if it would be. Heading through turn number 4. Will Ryan think of a move? It looks like he is. Oh no, just dragging the wheel a bit there. I don't know if he was looking for a move or trying to signal with Josh Benno. But heading through turn number 5 and into the fast left-hander of turn number 6. No battles happening just yet. The leaders, though, pulled out to a 4-second gap now. 12 and a half minutes left in our race. Oh, not 12 and a half minutes left, 12 and a half minutes in. And we'll be going with 2 minutes left soon, probably when they cross the line, actually. I believe either this lap will be the last lap or the next lap will be the last lap. Heading through turn number 9, Josh Benner and Ryan Zaborski once again. Joseph losing a bit of ground, though, on the both of them. See in the background, Max and Elijah trying to edge closer, but they'll be running out of time soon unless any mistakes happen for these top, well, third, fourth, and fifth place runners. As we're heading down the main straight, don't believe it is the last lap yet. Riley Skinner, though, Fraser Clegg, will they battle it out now, or will they still wait? No, they'll still wait, heading through turn number 1 and 2. And on the exit, nothing happening so far. Elijah and Max having a little battle now, and Max is down the inside of Elijah once again. So right now, Max and Elijah haven't moved up any spots from the race, as well as Joseph. Biggest mover in this race, though, Cooper Mitchell, starting from the back of the grid. As I said that now, he's down in 11th, been overtaken by James, but now he's back through. So James Grimer and Cooper Mitchell, both the biggest movers in this race. And then it goes to Riley Skinner, who's in first, with 3 spots gained. Heading through at turn number 6 and heading up towards the famous corkscrew. I believe next lap will be our last lap. So we might get a great battle on our hands between Fraser and Riley. Heading for corkscrew now, the most trickiest corner on the track. Very hard to get right. As I said that, Riley Skinner's made the mistake, and now Fraser Clegg is through on him. But is Riley planning it for the main straight to try get back past on Fraser Clegg? Because next lap will be our last lap. Heading through turn number 10, and we'll head into the last corner. As I see on our map, Luke Walden has had a crash. No, it did say on my thing he did have a bit of a crash. But now, white flags in the air. See the official on the post waving that white flag. And now, down the main straight, Riley Skinner's on the rear now of Fraser Clegg. Where will he make a move? Will he make it to the inside? Yes, Fraser's just going to let him have it easily. Down the inside, Riley Skinner goes. Gets the move done to go into first. Ryan Taborski, though, in the background, going and trying to go around the outside of Josh Benner. Can he get the move done, or can Josh hold it? Yes, he does. Balking it on the apex, though. Josh Benner is, and Joseph Parkinson just waiting. He wants this podium. I bet you Joseph would want it, but Ryan would even want it more. Fraser Clegg will head back to him and Riley Skinner. The 2 leaders. Will Fraser think of a move here? Riley Skinner white lining it down into turn 5, not letting Fraser have any of that inside line, and he'll keep it heading through turn number 5. Can Fraser though make a switch back? No. Riley Skinner still holding it up on that exit. And Ryan Taborski now is down the inside of Josh Benno. Gets the move done. Moves up in the third. This could be Ryan's first podium. But Joseph, though, I see in the background, will be trying to make some moves to get his first podium. Heading through turn number 6 they go. Back to the front, Riley Skinner and Fraser Clegg side by side into the corkscrew we go. Who's going to keep it out of the 2? Fraser Clegg will back out of it. The smart thing to do and wait, because they've got a switch back there. A little bit of a bump there. I think a little bit of netcode. Heading through the long left-hander we go now. And Fraser Clegg's up the inside. Gets the move done. A beautiful move from Fraser Clegg. Switched back him on the exit of the corkscrew. Can Fraser get the win here? Will Riley send a bomb down the inside into the last corner? Yes, he will. To the inside. Riley Skinner down the inside. Can he get it held up, though? There's a bit of contact between the 2. And Riley Skinner has spun. Will he rejoin back on the racing line? No. And Joshua Benno goes wide. Ryan Taborski's through to second. And Joseph's in third. So Ryan and Joseph both get their first podiums in the Legend Car E-Series here in the Heat 1 of round 6. But Fraser Clegg will take the win. But a bit of controversial action between the 2 into the last corner. And Riley Skinner will have to settle for 5th place. As we're watching everyone crossing the line now, and it's Cooper Mitchell and James Grimer battling it out between the 2. Around the outside, can James Grimer get the move done? No, he cannot. So, a bit of controversial action there. We'll have to go back to that. I'll get the replay up in a second. So, very interesting action we've had. I want to go back and have a look at that if I can get that. I believe I could just do this because it doesn't come up on my live timing. I'll just click the reverse here to get back to it. Reversing here. Here we go. This is where it happened between the two. Bit of a voice crack there. So down the inside, he went. See if we can get a better angle here. TV3. Oh! So Riley Skinner trying to park it up on the apex to get the car pulled up. Slowed it up a lot there. And then Fraser turning in a little bit there. And then that's when the contact's made. I need to get a little bit back here and get some slow motion action. Here we go. Try to get a better TV camera, which I don't think I can. So TV3 is our best option. Fraser Clegg turning down, which causes Riley to spin. There'll be some words after that there. We'll get a gyro cam on Riley Skinner. Go up and find that. Here we go. So he pulled it up. Went down the first to try hold it. Fraser Clegg turned it on there. Continues though, Riley Skinner. Go back and hit the slow motion as well. Just want to try to get every angle of this. Chase, what's your take on it?
Race control will review it, but at the discretion of the driver. It looks like Riley Skinner just went for a really eager move and just couldn't get it pulled up and slowed the car down too much, and Fraser had nowhere to go.
No, it was. Let me go back here.
It was very interesting.
It's hard to tell, but Riley did get it stopped there. I can see him. He's on the apex. It's very hard. It's
Maybe the
weird.
37 was just a little bit too eager to try and get into the corner.
Try and go back. Go back here and try and get it on Fraser Clegg's on board. Into the
Oh, it
last
looked like
corner.
car 37 just.
He looked like he tried to turn out of it too, though. It's hard. We'll have a look at it after the race. It will be put into the reports channel that we have here at Legend Cars. But we'll just have to wait and see.
But very unlucky for Riley Skinner, championship contender, just losing out on that last corner in the wind. But
so
we have another 20-minute feature race here, which is our second heat for the night.
Look at our results up here now. So Fraser Clegg is your race winner of Heat 1 with a 3.4 second gap over Ryan Taborski and Joseph Parkinson in second and third. Both first-time podium sitters. They'll be happy with that. And Joshua Benno, disappointing, qualified on pole and finished down in fourth. And Riley Skinner, though, the most disappointed, battling for that lead and having that incident with Fraser Clegg, which will be determined after the racing today in the reports channel. Riley Skinner will round out the top five. Then he goes Elijah and Maximus in FTA Sim Racing. Ollie Stevens doing well to finish in eighth there. His new pedals, though, coming next Tuesday, so he'll have some really good pedals for the Aussie titles at the Bend West. Ryan Bunt will finish in ninth. Great finishing position for Ryan Bunt there. Cooper Mitchell in the top 10, starting from the back row of the grid. Gets up in the 10th. 6 places up. James Grimmer in 11th. Jackson Whitehead in 12th. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's back. Jackson Whitehead in 12th. Gary Grant in 13th. George Mars 14th. Luke Walden 15th. Cohen Barmer is a safety car. You don't count them in there. So the top 15 done there. So the finishing results from that race will be our starting grid as well. After looking at that, so it will be Fraser on the pole position. Just waiting for everyone to get on the grid now. There we go. How is this going to play out? We've seen a lot of incidents happen. Now Ryan's on that front row. Will he be trying to make some early moves? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he's on the grid.
Hello.
Okay, good. Cohen just follow him around just for a little bit.
Yeah, Cohen, just leave a bit of a gap to the cars ahead and just tail on the back, and then what's it called? Just be slow, like F1 basically. You know how that works, right?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll call you back into the pits, don't worry.
I'll go on deafen for the start. So, as they get this rolling, start underway. Fraser Clegg is starting from our pole position, and it's Ryan Taborski will line up in second. There's Riley Skinner warming up those tires, trying to get some heat into him. He'll be coming through like a freight train. He would want some revenge after that incident happened into the last corner. He would want to win here, and if he knows Fraser might get a penalty from race one, he is in it again. So some more news on with the Aussie titles, the $200 cash prize, but $300 in total. It'll be $200 for the first place winner, 50 for second place, and third place gets a $25 iRacing gift voucher, so they can spend it on you can probably get with that maybe 2 cars and a track, or maybe 2 tracks, depending on how you spend it wisely. Because sometimes when you have so many cars, like so much content in iRacing, you do get a bit of a discount off the cars and tracks. So the Aussie title is a must watch for next week. Next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. once again. Like the normal Legend Car E Series. But next week we'll also be having a week break, a 2-week break we'll be having, because we got Bathurst 12-hour on next weekend, and then Sydney 500, as I'm going to the Sydney 500 to go watch myself, so I won't be available too, and there will be no commentary, but also a couple of the people there going. As we're heading through turn 9. We're going to get this racing underway soon, though. It's going to be some intense racing. It's the 20-minute feature. This is for all the marbles. The same amount of points, but the feature is the main one to win. Safety car peels off on the left. When will Fraser go? Well, he'll have to go on the green. But who is going to get the run on the start? Everyone waiting for that green. Fraser waiting for the green too. We're waiting. And it's green flag running. The green light is shown, and we are racing. James Grimmer in the background there had a beautiful start, getting past on Ryan Bunt already. Now heading down into the first couple of corners. And as Ryan Taborski to the outside in the T1, Joseph Parkinson, those looking for the inside maybe. There's a spin on the main straight, but they keep it clean. Free wide action into the first corner. Riley Skinner and Joseph Parkinson, they all keep it clean. And there's James Grimmer. James Grimmer is up 6 positions. He's up in the 5th place. Beautiful start there from James, but now Josh Benno's going down the inside of James to get the move done. But James with a beautiful start there. He's already ahead of all his FTA he's all of his FTA mates. Biggest loser on that start, though, was Maximus Morgan and Ryan Bunt, down 5 spots. Fraser Clegg, though, still has the lead, and there's Riley Skinner. He's down the inside of Joseph Parkinson. He's up 2 spots already. Gets himself up to 3rd. He would want to be getting through this field as quick as he can. Heading through the fast left-hander of turn 6, and then we'll be heading into the famous corkscrew. Riley Skinner, though, will be on a charge to get back to that lead. As Ryan Taborski's looking for the inside into the corkscrew. Will he think of the move? No, he'll back out of it and be right on the rear of Fraser. There's a little contact happened there with bumper to bumper. And heading down through turn number 9. Look at this beautiful camera shot here. Looking at Ryan Taborski there. And Riley Skinner. Riley Skinner looked like he lost the rear there, but Ryan Taborski looks like he went wide there in the gravel. And now Riley Skinner is up into 2nd place. And Fraser Clegg went wide too. Look at this. This is insane going down in here. Joshua Benetron on the outside of Joseph Parkinson. A little bit of contact there. Nearly a repeat of what happened in race 1 on the final lap. But race 2, lap 1 was a great watch there. There we go.
Come in this lap, bro.
Heading down into the first corner now. And it looks like Riley Skinner there, wasting no time. He's already up 4 spots and he's into the lead. He's taking it on Fraser Clegg. Now here comes Ryan Taborski, trying to go around the outside. Joseph's going to follow Fraser through. Can he get the move done on Ryan? No. Backs out of it, loses the rear a little bit there. This is intense racing here. Jackson Whitehead, though, a little bit of contact with James Grimmer, gets it down the inside. That was a great move there from Jackson. He's up 6 spots in this race. And James Grimmer goes wide there. Jackson Whitehead on a great charge there, but here comes Elijah, the American, around the outside into turn number 5. But James Grimmer's already back down the inside. They're very close there between the 3. But I believe Jackson will get it done as there's a little bit of contact on the straight going up into turn 6. Who's going to back out of it here? Will James stick it down the inside? Yes, he will, but he spins it on the racing line. Does he collect anyone in it? He only collects his teammate, but they keep on racing. Probably a bit of damage to the front end there. Riley Skinner, though, up into 1st place. He got it down into turn 1 on Fraser Clegg, but can these two just pull away once again? As I see in the background, Elijah has a slowdown, and it says on the left side of your screen on the leaderboard, the yellow means he has a slowdown.
Huh?
And Fraser Clegg running a little bit wide there. Joshua Benno down 1 spot has lost it as well. Headed by, I believe, in the last corner, he's actually made the move on Joseph Parkinson. Gets the move done. Beautiful move from Joshua Beno. And heading down the main straight. But it is Fraser Clegg who was working together with Riley Skinner again. But can Ryan get the double toe and keep in this battle? I know Ryan will be looking for a win now after getting his first podium in second place from Heat 1. As I see in the background there, Ollie Stevens down the inside of Jackson Whitehead. Can he get the move done? Yes. Maximus Morgan, though, might be trying to follow through as well. Can he also get through? Yes, but side-by-side action there, but Jackson will have the inside for the next corner. And Ryan Taborski, though, not letting those front two out of sight. He will want to stay in this, maybe bump draft along with them. But Fraser Clegg is on the working together side once again, trying to pull away from the rest of the field. But I don't think Ryan Taborski is going to have any of it. His pace is showing here after having that qualifying pace too. Can he be on for his first win? He's been on it for multiple times. He's either been taken out or had an incident of his own. We're only nearly 5 minutes into this race so far. As I see James Grimmer, he's in the pit lane. So that's why there's a gap on the leaderboard on the left. But through the corkscrew we go. Jackson Whitehead down the inside. Maximus Morgan once again, as it says on the leaderboard. And heading through turn number 9.
Yeah.
Fraser Clegg's wide, as well as Ryan Taborski. Keep it nice and clean, though. No slowdowns given out. And Joseph losing the pace now. He's losing that front train. Can he claw it back, though? Riley Skinner using all the track on the exit there. And now Fraser Clegg has the run. I see in the background, Ollie Stevens might have a run there on Elijah. Down the main straight. Fraser Clegg right on the rear. Bump drafting once again. A little bit of a wiggle action there after bump drafting. Joshua Beno, though, is back in this. We're going to have a top 4 battle here. Ollie Stevens, though, is down the inside of Elijah Whitfield into turn 1. Does he get the move done? Yes, he does. And Jackson Whitehead, as I see, looks for it but can't get it done. Ollie Stevens, can he get the move completed, though? Yes, he can, as Elijah runs wide. 5.5 minutes in. We've got a top 4 battle on our hands. Could be top 5 if Joseph picks up the pace. I believe he will. He is a quick driver here. And heading down into turn number 5. And Fraser Clegg on the bump drafting once again. He always waits towards that final lap. Doesn't want to get involved in anyone else's crap. And we'll be heading through the fast left-hander of turn number 6. Through the left-hander now. Slipstream for Fraser Clegg. Will he do a little bit of bump drafting again? Oh, Ollie Stevens in the background has had a half spin. And he keeps it. And Jackson Whitehead and Maximus Morgan has had one too. They're both wide there. Will they keep it going? Yes, they will. Jackson with a bad rejoin, maybe? No, there's no one coming from behind. As I need to cut back because Riley Skinner looked like he went wide. I think it was actually Fraser Clegg that went wide. Fraser Clegg in the dirt once again. Ryan Taborski, though, is right on the rear. Joshua Beno as well. Riley Skinner a little bit wide there too, picking up a little bit of dirt. And now heading into the last corner here at Laguna. Seca through the last corner. Fraser Clegg wide. Ryan Taborski maybe just clip the back there. Now Ryan Taborski has a run, getting the side draft on Fraser Clegg. But Fraser Clegg has the slipstream of Riley Skinner. Riley Skinner switching to the inside now, defending that lead and into the first corner. Can Fraser go around the outside? No, he cannot. Now Ryan Taborski's down the inside of Fraser Clegg. Can he get the move done? They're still side by side, the two. But I believe Ryan Taborski might be able to have this one. Yes, he does. He holds it around the outside. A good move there from Ryan Taborski. And he is in second place now. This is where he started from race 2. Now can he look forward and have his eyes fixated on the leader, Riley Skinner? Heading into turn number 5. No, he cannot because Fraser Clegg is now down the inside. Not happy with sitting in third place. He will want to get back into that. He might know that he's quicker. Now Ryan Taborski, though, has a run to the inside of turn number 6. Does he back out of it, though? Yes, does the smart thing. And backs out of it. But he'll have the slipstream now heading up in the corkscrew. Riley Skinner with a 4-tenth gap, but that gap will shortly close. Heading through the corkscrew if he makes a mistake, but it looks like he actually gained a tenth there, but then lost it on the exit. Didn't do any slow in, fast out. He done fast in, slow out. But now it's Ryan Taborski looking to the inside, maybe on Fraser Clegg, trying to get the nose in the pressure him. But Fraser Clegg still holds that second spot. I don't think Ryan's in the working together move here. He wants to get past Fraser Clegg and chase Riley Skinner heading into the last corner. But now it will be Fraser Clegg who will have a run on Riley Skinner. Will Riley Skinner defend, or will he let him bump draft him? It's going to be interesting. Don't know with the mindsets of these drivers, but I think he's going to be working together once again. Ryan's seen that again as well. He would not want to let that happen and let them two get away. So he would want to get past Fraser Clegg as we're 8.5 minutes in this race. So we still got 11.5 minutes to go in this feature race. So everything calming down a little bit here. Fraser Clegg once again on the rear. Fraser Clegg want to make a move, or will he work together again? He'll work together. But will Ryan have any of it? No, look at that. Just a lot of speed going in there. Ryan Taborski very confident on the brakes. Joshua Benno just hanging around there. And through the fast left-hander of turn number 6. Which will lead us into the famous corkscrew. No one looking for any moves just yet. Just working together out there. Ryan Taborski goes right on the rear of Fraser Clegg once again. Can Ryan think of the move on Fraser anywhere? Can he get it done into turn number 1? He'll need to utilize that toe, but I know Fraser will probably be bumping Riley again down that main straight to try pull away. But Ryan, can he get that double toe and stay in it and try to make a move? Ryan is on the aggressive mode here today. He will want this win. Riley Skinner would want this win to get back in the championship a bit, depending on if Fraser gets a penalty from race 1. So double toe here for Ryan Taborski, heading down towards the first corner, and it looks like, yeah, there you go, bump drafting! As I said that, and it's Fraser Clegg who darts to the left nearly after bump drafting Riley Skinner. Now around the outside, Ryan Taborski, can he get the move done? I don't think he can. No, he cannot. But can he hold it for the inside into the next corner? No. Can't get it done. Very close between all these 4, though. Who will come out on top? Heading through turn number 6 now. Heading up to the famous corkscrew once again, and it looks like Ryan Taborski has dropped off the pace a little bit there. Needs to try to catch back onto Fraser Clegg. Yeah, he's dropped off a bit there. Fraser Clegg now knowing this. Oh, it looks like Riley Skinner holding him a bit up there. I think Riley Skinner might be on a defensive mood here to get Ryan Taborski back in the toe, maybe. I see Joseph in the background in no man's lane, just hanging around in 5th spot. I think he'll be happy with that. He's got a 3rd from the first race, and probably will be happy just to sit in 5th spot and just bank some points. And here we go, Ryan Taborski is back onto the train again. Bit wide though. Joshua Benno though might be looking for the move. Riley Skinner getting bump drafted once again from Fraser Clegg. These two will try to pull away and have their final lap dash by themselves. 8.5 minutes left in the race. Heading down into T1. Can Fraser do anything? No, he'll sit behind once again. But Ryan, he just needs to stay on the back so he can make a move wherever he wants to. He needs that double toe to get past on Fraser, maybe even Riley. These 4 inseparable right now. Head back in the field, maybe. Just seeing, no, Ollie Stevens in 7th spot. At least he's moved up 1 spot in this race, doing well, just banking points. Jackson Whitehead, though, is down the inside of Cooper Mitchell into the first 2 corners. Gets the move done. Beautiful move there from Jackson. And moves himself up into 9th now and be trying to chase Maximus Morgan. And look at these 4. You cannot separate them. They've been together like this since lap 1 of this race, and we're at 8 laps in with 12.5 minutes down on the clock. And now, 7.5 minutes left too. Heading down into the corkscrew, and it's still Riley Skinner in the lead, Ryan Taborski in 3rd, and Fraser Clegg in 2nd. Joshua Benno hanging around in 4th place. Riley Skinner looks to pull a bit of a gap out of there. Fraser Clegg using a bit of curb there. Doesn't lose it though on the exit. And heading through turn number 10, and we'll be heading into turn 11, the last corner on the track. Ryan Taborski, though, looking for a move maybe on Fraser Clegg. No, sits right behind. This could be his chance to get past Fraser Clegg now. If he doesn't ruin the last corner, he does ruin it a little bit. That ruins his run out of there. As I see Maximus Morgan in the background has had a crash. He keeps it going, and Jackson Whitehead now past him on that. Heading down into the first corner, no. Fraser Clegg just bump drafting once again, trying to pull away from Ryan. No battling happening just yet. Luke Walton has had a crash too. Just a spin, but he keeps it going. We haven't had any major incidents in this race so far, so the safety car hasn't been called, which is a good sign, so we can just keep getting racing underway. And now, Joshua Benno in the background there has lost the pack. Ryan Taborski, though, trying to gain back. Riley Skinner loses the rear on the exit, and they're heading into turn 5. He lets Fraser Clegg through, and Ryan Taborski, though, will gain back all that time that he did lose, and he will be back within the towing distance. Riley Skinner, though, back down second. Will he want to stay in second, or will he want to try and get back into the lead? Because he knows he has the pace to stay in the lead. But Fraser is going to be trying to hold this win now. We've got 6 minutes left, heading up into the corkscrew section. Will Riley think of a move? No, he'll just sit behind. Will he wait for the main straight? Probably. Or will he be on the working together side like Fraser has been with him since race 1 and at race 2? Or will the race 1 haunt of Fraser Clegg be there still for Riley, and will he want to make a very clean move on Fraser Clegg? Looks to the inside there. Doesn't get the move done. Waits till the main straight. The toe. The biggest thing in these cars is the toe. So will Riley look for a move, or will he try bump draft? Ryan Taborski with the double toe. Who's going to go? Yes, there you go. I knew it. Riley Skinner to the inside of Fraser Clegg in the T1. So now Ryan Taborski, this is his chance now to get up in the second. A little bit of contact on the braking, which loses the rear of Riley Skinner. Fraser Clegg runs a little bit wide there, and Ryan Taborski will just have to settle for third once again. So he couldn't get it done. That was his chance, but will he get another chance in this race? We don't know. Riley Skinner, though, running a little bit wide there. Maybe his tyres a bit cooked now, and heading through turn number 4. Will he lose the rear out of here again? No, keeps it nice and clean. Ryan Taborski, though, drifting it through there, and Joshua Benno just losing the pack now. But I believe if anything happens with this top 3, he will be right back in this battle.
Don't forget, once the battles start, it's hard to keep that gap. Josh Benno could close in a lot faster than what these 3 could think, so they need to work together and just hold it until we get to the last lap. Otherwise, Josh Benno may be in striking distance.
Yes, that is right, Chase. It will be close. We'll just have to wait and see as we're going to head into 4 minutes left in this race soon. Fraser Clegg, though, right on the rear of Riley Skinner. Will Fraser be working together with Riley once again, heading through the corkscrew section? It looks like a beautiful line there from Fraser Clegg, heading through a long left-hander of turn number 9. Ryan Taborski, though, is very wide there. Brings it back onto the racing line, but loses precious time to stay in that towing distance. Will Fraser think of a move, or will he work together with Riley? I believe he will work together with Riley down this main straight. It just depends on how their heads and their mindsets are right now. Fraser Clegg, yes, right, look at that. A little bit of a twitch there. That means he's bump drafting Riley Skinner down this main straight. But Ryan Taborski, though, it looks like he's got actually a good run here, so he doesn't lose that much time as I expected into the first corner. Looks nice and even between the front 3. Ryan Taborski, though, closer than ever. Can he make his mark on Fraser Clegg? Can he get the move done? We'll have to wait. 11 laps down. We're going to have 3 minutes left soon of the race. So, not next lap, but the next lap after that will be the last lap. I guarantee it. Joshua Benner, though, losing that time now. He's just staying there in 4th, just banking some points. If these front 3 crash, then it's Joshua Benner who's on for the win. Heading up into turn number 6 now. What is going to happen here today, ladies and gentlemen? If you do want to participate in the TFH Legend Car E-Series, make sure you do join the Discord server. And if you want to get in some action early, make sure you're here for the Oz National, or the Aussie titles, with $300 up for grabs. Or even if you just don't want to race and watch, just make sure you're here live, or make sure you're here next week, where we'll be going live on Wednesday, 8 p.m. once again. Heading through turn number 10 now, and then into the last corner. And it's still Riley Skinner in the lead and Fraser Clegg in second. And there's going to be 2 minutes left when we cross the line, so next lap will definitely be the last lap. Not this lap, but the next lap. Heading down the main straight, and look at that. Fraser Clegg bump drafting once again. He wants to try get away from Ryan, so when they battle, Ryan isn't in the fray of it. But into the first corner they go. Ryan Taborski still not losing the amount of time that he's losing from race 1 when Josh Benner was ahead of him. So he's keeping in this, and he's on here. I reckon he might be able to be on for the win here. If these two have another mingle, it could be Ryan Taborski, a new race winner in the Legend Car E Series. We've had plenty of race winners. We've had Elijah, who won that last round at Monza in the feature race. We've had James Brett win one on a penalty. We've had Joshua Benno win one, Ruben Dan from the first round, and Fraser Clegg too. So heading into the fast left-hander of turn number 6 and into our famous corkscrew section. 1 minute to go on the clock. So, into the corkscrew section. Ryan Taborski's right on the rear. These three just giving it there all a little bit of contact on the exit. And through the long left-hander, and that's Ryan Taborski with an audacious move down the inside. Can he get it done on Fraser Clegg around the outside? It's very close between the two. No. Ryan Taborski running a little bit wide there. So now Fraser has 6/10 to gain. Will he gain it all back on the toe down the main straight though? Maybe. Into the last corner. There's the white flag in the air from the marshal on the post. And we're going on for the last lap here at Laguna. And down the main straight, Riley Skinner weaving to try and get Fraser out of that toe, heading down into turn 1. Keeps that lead, loses the rear a little bit there on the braking. Looks like all fours nearly. And Fraser Clegg right back in this. He's 3/10 off. Ryan Taborski, though, sitting in the background, as well as Josh Benno. If anything happens between this top 3, it will be Josh Benno maybe for the win. But I think Joseph Parkinson's out of the question for now. He's just down in 5th spot, just sitting there, being happy where he is, banking some points in this championship. Heading into turn number 5 now. And here comes Fraser Clegg to the outside, but Riley Skinner's on the defense, not trying to let Fraser through. Here comes Ryan, though. Ryan's got a great run. Will he think of an inside move, maybe into turn number 6? The fast left-hander. Maybe if Riley Skinner is defending it. No, Ryan Taborski couldn't get it done, but can he get a run as Fraser Clegg ran wide? Riley Skinner, though, defending his life. Well, defending for his life out of here. Into the corkscrew section we go. Who is going to win it? And Fraser Clegg runs a lot of wheels over the dirt there, trying to get a run. Ryan Taborski looks like he's a little bit out of it here. These two could have another mingle into the last corner, and Ryan could take the win here. Through turn number 10, and we'll be heading into the last corner. Will Fraser Clegg think of a move on the inside like Riley did from race 1? No, he won't. He'll wait to the main straight. Riley Skinner parks it on the apex, and that's Fraser Clegg round as he hits the rear of Riley Skinner. And down the main straight, Riley Skinner will win the feature here at Laguna Seca. Ryan Taborski gets another podium out of it, and Fraser Clegg will have to settle for 3rd, and Joshua Benno in 4th. And Joseph Parkinson will finish the top 5. And that's another controversial moment in the last lap of the race at the last corner. And Elijah will come across the line to finish in 6th. Ollie Stevens come across the line to finish in 7th. Great racing from him with the pedals that he has had, the troubles he's had as well through certain races. But great job there. Jackson Whitehead, though, up 4 positions. He's done well in this race too to get 8th place in the top 10. Beautiful stuff there from Jackson Whitehead. Maximus Morgan in 9th place. And Gary Grant will be rounding the last corner as well. And Cooper Mitchell and Luke Walden too. But another insane finish today, folks. And we'll be getting our interviews, or we'll get our people for our interviews soon. We'll have to wait for them, though.
Benno, don't you have people to text?
Well, don't. We'll wait for them to get in soon.
I did not ask me. Top 3 to commentators' room for interviews, please.
So we'll get the results here right now. That's actually Heat 1. We'll quickly get the feature for you guys. Here we go. And it's Riley Skinner who is finishing first. Ryan Taborski will finish in 2nd. Fraser Clegg in 3rd. Another controversial moment at the last corner once again. Joshua Benner will finish 4th, just banking the points in there for the championship. Joey Parkinson, great job there to get 5th. He got a podium in the first race. He'll be happy with 5th again. Elijah in sixth, Ollie in seventh, Jackson in eighth, great drive from him, Maximus Morgan in ninth, Gary Grant in 10th, first top 10 for him, I believe, Cooper Mitchell in 11th, Luke Walden in 12th, Ryan Bunt 13th, George Miles 14th, James Grimer 15th, and that is it. So I'll head to our interviewers in a second. So we will start off if third place is in here. I'll have a quick look at that. Yes, he is. So Fraser, Clegg, there was some tough battles there in the feature race. You were trying to work together with Riley there, and then once you got to the lead, Riley straight back down the inside. Wasn't having any of it. How was it out there?
Oh, it was all right. We're just sitting behind him and pushing him along, trying to escape from everybody. And we first race we did it perfectly. Second race we did it all but one. And yeah, basically just guaranteed ourselves a podium in both races, which is the goal. So yeah, and got the move done on the last corner of the first race. Riley sort of missed the apex, and then the iRacing physics spun him around. And then yeah, I sort of faked a move, broke a bit late, and then was trying to do a little drift around the outside, clipped his bumper, and I spun around. So yeah, that's that. But it's fine. Double podium. So yeah, can't complain.
Yeah, just banking those championship points. You're sitting, I think, well at the top still, but I believe it's really close. What are your thoughts heading into the last two rounds of the championship with that close title fight?
Oh, it should be good. I should have a little bit of a gap, which means I won't have to be as desperate. Um, but yeah, I'll just have a look at where they are. Oh, Adelaide and Indy. Adelaide will be interesting to see how many people can keep it out of the walls. And yeah, because it's especially turn one and two with the chicane, and then you got turn 11 with the pointy wall. It's going to be an interesting race. And Indy Road Course will be too, because that'll be an absolute toe fest, nearly like a Monza sort of and Bend sort of toe fest. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yep, no, as long as I can keep consistent, I don't necessarily need to be beating Riley as much anymore, which sort of takes some pressure off because it means I don't have to go for those desperate lunges for the win or fight so hard with risk. I can sit a position behind, which is yeah the way I'll probably look to do it. I'll look to be smart about it.
Yes. So, what's it called? Good job on a third and a first, and hopefully I'll see you at the Aussie titles next Wednesday for that cash prize.
Mm, see you then.
Now we head to our second place finisher, which is Ryan Taborski. That's 2 seconds in a row. Watching the controversial actions between Fraser and Riley, but I don't think it was. I think they're pretty happy with their results that they got today. But Ryan Taborski, 2 seconds in a row. How'd it feel out there?
Great to finally be on the podium after a very long dry spout of a season. Definitely fighting an uphill battle against Fraser and Riley. But yeah, pretty happy with this
Yeah,
second.
very happy. I was actually really happy when you actually finally got your first podium. You done well to keep it well out of any trouble out there. You pulled away from Benno in that feature race, which basically secured you another podium, but you're looking for more out there. But hopefully, to see you at the Aussie titles next week for the cash prize.
Yeah, hopefully.
And now, main man of the feature race, which is Riley Skinner, who won. He got fifth in race one after the incident in the last corner. But Riley Skinner, how'd it feel out there with another win under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, it was good in the first race. Me and Fraser worked brilliantly and just pulled a massive gap and just had amazing pace, which was good. And then the last corner incident. So yeah, thanks iRacing Physics, appreciate it. So yeah, that's given Fraser a bit of a nice buffer going into the last two rounds, which isn't great, but you know, what can you do? But yeah, in the last race it was good. Me and Fraser were trying to work with each other. I mean, whenever Fraser overtakes me, I'm too scared to bump draft after Virginia, so I just overtook overtook him. Um, but no, I mean, we nearly pulled from Ryan on run of the laps, but I made a tiniest mistake, and then he was back in it, which was a little bit annoying, but it's okay. And then yeah, overall it was still good points. You know, two rounds, anything can happen. So yeah, it was okay. I mean, Fraser got a bit unlucky on the last corner with hitting my rear bar, but overall it was solid.
Yeah, so what's your mindset heading into the last two rounds? I believe You're probably only about maybe 6, maybe 4 points off the lead of the championship now. I believe you'll be taking second place. So what's your mindset going into those last 2 rounds to try win this title?
Well, I just think I need to beat Fraser in as many races as I can, but I also can't afford to have a dodgy race because I think one more little dodgy race and it'll be very hard to bring it back unless Fraser has an unlucky moment. So I kind of just need to keep scoring consistent points, but when I can beat Fraser, take the opportunity, but still not be overly too risky, kind of a medium happy. So we'll see how it is. Anything can happen, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, hope to see you for the Australian title next week for the cash prize. I definitely know you'll probably be doing it.
Yeah, I will. Of
Yeah,
course I
well,
will.
good luck for that. Hope to see you next week on that Wednesday.
Thanks, Willie.
And that is it. That's a wrap for today. As I see on the live stream here, Benno has actually gone barreling into Fraser after the check flag and he's rolling in the gravel trap. So might have to end it here or we might get a bit sued here from Laguna Seca on iRacing. So, what's it called? That was round 6 of the Legend Car E Series here at Laguna Seca. Hope to see you for the Australian titles next week on Wednesday with the cash prize sponsored by TFH Hire. Hope to see you then. Next round is Adelaide Street Circuit for round 7. Last 2 rounds we're heading into soon, but we're on for a 2-week break for some real life events that are happening. So hope to see you then.